describing in some of my documents I sent to the UN at 6:46 a.m. October 29th. These people are performing what is known as neurophysiological torture. They use these implantable devices to interact with the human nervous system, and they use it to repeatedly stimulate and inhibit it. They use it in a way to put your nervous system in flux, as if they have some knob and they turn it up, then turn it down, turn it up, and they're constantly trying to put your nervous system in a state of flux. And they do this repeatedly, 12 to 17 hours a day. They're also just doing repeated stimulation and inhibition of different regions of the brain and body, or brain and the central and peripheral nervous system. It's almost as if like Chinese water drop torture, basically, and they're just repeatedly poking and prodding different regions of your nervous system to incite you, agitate you, and just disrupt overall functioning, and then using it to try to agitate you and aggravate you. They also use their time consumption tactics, but they use it also to cause like a natural form of neurophysiological torture. So they have two forms. They have the unnatural form with these implantable devices where they're basically poking and prodding your nervous system all day, and then they have the natural form where they just sit there trying to agitate you and aggravate you and incite you and push you to sympathetic overload, where you're in like some constant state of fight or flight to try to really piss you off. And they sit there, hacking your phones, destroying your phones. Any task you try to perform, they try to disrupt. Uploading a YouTube video, sending a text, making a phone call, sending an email, logging into your email. They'll kick you out. They'll block two-factor. Anything you're doing on the internet, they'll block searches, control searches. They'll continually disrupt your internet. And they'll literally keep doing that over and over. They've been doing it for like 5 years and 8 months now. So, maybe one time, two times, three times, four times, five times, even 100 times. Not neurophysiological torture, but this repeated, constant thing, 12 to 17 hours a day for 5 years and 8 months. They're constantly trying to stimulate systems of the nervous system associated with rage, agitation, stress, anxiety, etc. And they're constantly doing that. So that's another form of this neurophysiological torture I described in my neurophysiological torture documents. This is a natural form of it. This constant uh, incitement of the human nervous system and pushing it through states of stress, rage, anxiety, agitation, etc., while also interacting with the nervous system at the same time in order to amplify the natural form of it as well. So these guys need to go to prison. They're involved with psychological torture, neurophysiological torture, sexual torture, other forms of torture, attempts of murder, conspiracy to murder, a New Age covert hostage scenario, IP theft, data theft, economic espionage, New Age mind slavery, unpaid servitude and exploitation in the form of New Age mind slavery, like I said. Other forms of slavery, maybe. Terrorism, organized crime, how are these thugs and criminals not behind bars?